Oh, so that started.
All right, Corey started. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Twigs and Rigs. Super excited to be here today with another podcast. My name is Jacob Golopali, joined as always by.
Zach Rosen.
And today we have a very special guest, Link. If you want to introduce yourself real quick to everybody.
Hi guys, I'm Link Dancevich. I basically created and produced New Wave Hockey, which is available on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, and at newwavehockey.com. And I just basically do draft eligible prospects. I just scout and I give you guys my opinions. So that's basically what I do. Thank you guys so much for having me on.
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, Zach, you want to kick it off with the agenda and we'll get cooking?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna start it off by saying I saw a tweet yesterday saying I think from Sean Shapiro or something like that, saying August is the worst month to cover hockey in terms of news. Which, it's slow.
What a bad day to tweet that.
It was yesterday, and then today, two offer sheets, same team, from basically against the same team. With let me find the actual prices as well. It was the Blues offer sheeting Dylan Holloway for 2 years at 2.29, and Philip Broberg at 2 years 4.58.
By the way, wow. You love to see it. It's been a minute since there's been offer sheets out, so love to see it.
I was very shocked it was the Blues of all teams.
I'm going to go ahead and disagree with you, Zach. By the way, can we talk about how Broberg's definitely going to go to St. Louis? Come on. Look, Stan Bowman, God rest his soul. Just kidding. Hate that guy. Basically, I would take that deal in a heartbeat. Second rounder for Philip Broberg. Are you kidding me? But Dylan Holloway, he is the guy that I want to go to the Blues because he looks like a Blue. Like, come on. He's a dyed-in-the-wool guy, huge. And he literally came into his own during that playoff run, but he's going to stay in Edmonton Oilers because, of course they're going to match that offer. But crazy that all that happened today.
Yeah, I think Broberg's definitely gone, and you're getting a free second out of it. Holloway's the interesting one because they don't have money.
Yeah,
they don't have money.
They'll make space for Holloway. I think you've got a big centerman in there, and he just performed really well in the playoffs. A crucial guy. Look, say what you will, I would err on the side of caution because, again, the no cup tax is worse than the cup tax.
Oh yeah, especially with who Edmonton's got to pay next year.
Especially,
yeah,
unreal.
I think it's really cool, being able to see that type of player. I think that's entirely, like you said, a St. Louis Blue. The way that we've been seeing, actually, I think it's kind of interesting. Starting closer to when the Blues won, from then on, the Stanley Cup winners have been the identity has really been strong two-way play. They're not going to be the best offensive team in the league, but they're going to be the best defensive forwards, right? So I think it's a place where a guy like Dylan Holloway can thrive. We've seen a ton of guys come out of St. Louis or be in St. Louis and have that two-way identity and actually really be successful players. And I think a guy like Dylan Holloway, I think he's more of like a Walmart Braden Shen at this point by the way that he kind of plays. Bigger guy, longer reach, two-way player. He's got a good shot. I think obviously Shen's got a lot more offensive upside at this point, but Holloway's also still pretty young. Overall, in his career, I think Broberg's fantastic. I think the problem was they didn't wait too long to bring. I think it depends because so many guys get brought up too early, and then they're trying to fit in to the NHL and trying to survive rather than thrive, and it kind of decreases their value in the NHL. And I think they brought up Broberg at a time and stuck him in the playoffs, and he really performed very well, even though it took a little bit of time to bring him up. I think
in sheltered minutes as well.
Exactly, yeah. So I think a place like St. Louis, where they're looking for future on the blue line, I think that could be something really big for him. I know they have a lot of contracts there in St. Louis on the back end, but I think his style of play would fit perfectly for what they're looking for the future.
I think 100%. This also means that Krug is definitely not playing this season for St.
Well,
Louis.
I think that was confirmed prior.
Yeah,
that
but
Krug was
this
going to be out long
confirms it,
term.
if you know what I
And
mean.
in a world without Krug, I mean, what better than to have a good comeback story like Philip Broberg? I mean, man was on waivers. Like he was brought up so early that he was on waivers. Like, come on.
Yeah.
But you saw a lot of promise there. A lot of me looking at the Edmonton Oilers defense pre-playoffs and me kind of looking at after the playoffs was just a radical shift, because you look at the team that took it into the playoffs defensively wise. How the hell does that team limit basically every single team they played against on the power play? Nobody scored on that power play on that.
Yeah, don't
That's ridiculous.
Don't remind me.
And Broberg was a part of that. And again, the Blues, they need all the help they can get. They're in a lot of stages of limbo. I kind of want them to blow it up, but again, they're rebuilding on the fly. They're trying to be another Nashville. This is what they got to do.
Like, I look because I've been looking at the lines like a lot today for like where they'd fit in. Broberg, I think it's been. I don't know. I think with Broberg it looks tougher because the left side right now is Leddy, Perunovic, Suter. Like maybe you move Perunovic to the right side and just have Broberg play second pairing with Falk, because I feel like Falk would actually be pretty decent with him, because you could argue
the scary part is Suter might be 7th D some nights, so but that's the risk you have to take when you're taking a guy that old.
Yeah, exactly.
Love Rye Suter, one of my favorite defensemen of all time. But like he's up there in age. He's the last remnant of the 2003 class.
Yeah, which is crazy. And then Holloway, I mean, I think it's kind of easier to see where he fits, either second line left wing or third line center. And then you move Fox it down and scratch a guy like Sperry Kapanen, who many Blues fans are still pretty confused why they re-upped him. So
they're doing what they can, honestly.
But they're gonna.
I think Holloway's going to stay an Oiler.
I think Zachary Bolduc's probably up for the Blues next year. So it's kind of like, do you need Holloway? No. Would he be nice? Yes. And then maybe Dvorsky makes the team because high floor guy. And high floor for that draft is 70 points, in my opinion. So
we will see. We will most certainly see.
Yeah. But moving on, team needs. We don't really have any set thing for that. I guess Jacob, if you want to start off.
I'll kick it off. I think
or
watching the NHL draft this year, I was really surprised that Utah didn't go out and get a number 1 offensive puck moving defenseman definitive. From what I remember, wasn't Peric available at
yes.
and they skipped him? I thought that would have been undoubtedly their guy for the future.
I'd also like to mention Zeev Boyum was also available too.
That's true.
They were both available.
Exactly.
So I think there was only one defenseman taken to that point.
Yeah, Yakimchuk, I believe.
No,
it was Levchinov.
Levchinov. Yes. Sorry. Jeez, I'm forgetting the order. But yeah. So I mean, I think getting Sergachev, getting Marino, those were great picks to bolster the defensive side. I think Sergachev has.
Extending Jersey.
What do you say?
And extending Jersey
cannot be a number 1 offensive defenseman.
He's not, but
he can't be. If you want to do anything, he cannot be the guy. He can't be.
But I think what we should be looking at here is, what did Utah do? Look at Arizona. One of the reasons why they're gone is they never were able to lock down a good defense. They were never able to prevent scoring, which is something that's hard to do in a city where you got kicked out. What they needed to do from day one was improve the defense. And I get it. You want that high flying, high scoring offensive defenseman. You got like Quinn Hughes, Adam Fox, Cale Makar. Not every team can start out with that. And Mikhail Sergachev is the anchor that you need. And John Marino and Sean Durzi are the guys who can occasionally step up from time to time. Plus, they have a couple of dudes in the prospect system. I really liked their draft. It wasn't my favorite of their drafts, but later on in their picks, they did a lot better. I think other guys like Maverick Lamoureux should maybe make an appearance up this season. He's 6'7", again, could be an anchor on the back. Look, I'm speculating, but they have a lot of promise. Next year is going to have to be a big shift into looking into offensive defensemen. And good luck for them. There's a lot of offensive defensemen in 2025.
Hensler.
So
Yeah.
not even Hensler. I would say Schaefer first, maybe even Trethway if they want to go two-way. But look, Utah has a lot of options. They have a year to be bad. This Utah has been waiting for a hockey team, period. So anything that they get this year, it won't matter. But I still think they want to try to compete. And that's what they did this year. They're trying to, shut other teams down. I think they did a really good job of
And you
that,
have a
addressing that team
solid
need.
tandem.
Very valid. Yeah. I mean, the guy I think you might be thinking about in their defensive core would be Simashev. Who?
Well, yeah, he was just drafted, but
Yeah,
he
he's
might have another year in the
through
KHL.
and through.
I'll
He's a
look it up.
defensive through and through. So I think you're right. Like I totally get that now. Like that makes a ton of sense. Like I totally get that. I think you're right. I think they should be looking towards that next. That would be a way I would think about it now. After
It's the progressive
hearing your
next step.
point.
So
yeah, no, I totally
Right.
agree with your point. That makes a lot of sense. First being in Utah, like trying to just establish an identity before you go make some riskier moves with some guys that are going to be big time puck movers or making. Because I think a big thing with the new fan base is you don't want them to immediately hate your like superstar defenseman because a lot of times like offensive defensemen come with a lot of risk on the defensive end and a lot of turnovers, a lot of sometimes game costly plays. So I think you're totally right to establish a fan base, a love for the game, a love for the team, and then bring in a guy who they're excited about. So I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Sergachev's going to be a
Sim-
fan favorite in Utah.
Yeah,
from day
because
one.
he does
yeah.
everything. Siemashev's KHL deal's up at the end of this year.
Perfect.
Okay. That might be good for them. He's pretty good. He could come over.
If he develops his offense more, he's going to be a monster.
He would
He was
kind of reminds me a little bit of Sergachev a little bit. Like if he develops his offense, if he gets an offense, then yeah.
Yeah, he was my number one defenseman over Reinbacher in 2023.
Really?
So,
Wow.
yeah.
Number
Wait,
one.
Jacobs, who was yours?
My number one, dude. I gotta think back.
He just edged
I'm not
Reinbacher,
sure if
my-
Zach got a chance to tell you about the projects that we do,
I
the
sent him
draft guide. But oh my god, like we put 6 months of it into each of the.
Oh,
that was the year I did it myself, but last year. But like, I'm totally blanking. Like,
Was it ASP?
oh yeah.
I wouldn't blame you if it was ASP.
I like
Great
ASP
year.
a lot. But I don't know if I think it was Reinbacher for me. I think that might have been my first.
Well, speaking of ASP and the Detroit Red Wings, that's a team. They need some fucking scoring. Am I allowed to say that? Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, you are.
that was
All right.
okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But no, dude, Detroit, man. They needed to be better this year all around, and they needed more scoring. And I think part of that comes from Patrick Kane signing halfway through the year instead of like at the beginning. But I digress. They need more of what's kind of everything. It's another thing too, right?
Mm-hmm. That defense is rough. It looks.
It's really Mo Sider, and he's kind of had an off year for the past 2 years.
He plays. I know analytically he plays like the toughest minutes out of any top pairing guy in the league.
They're using him a lot. He needs a good pairing.
And right now his projected partner is Ben Sherratt.
That could help.
No,
Yeah.
well, I would say that, but Ben Sherratt,
Ben
did not
Sherratt
look
2
good
years ago would help.
Sider last year.
True.
Maybe Edvinson's a guy who steps up.
That would be a scary line to go against. You see two absolute monsters of human beings looking at you like, dude, that'd be a scary.
I still think
play.
Edvinson's going to be really good. I really like Simon Edvinson.
Oh yeah,
I've lost a little bit of faith, but
really?
I can
little
see
bit.
why.
Looking at that draft class, man, so much hype. And then I was more hyped for that class than I was for 2021 going into
right.
No. I was more hyped for the 2021 draft class than I was for 2020. Like,
Oh yeah,
I was excited for guys like, what am I thinking of? No, okay, I'm right.
guys in that
I was
draft.
excited for Brant Clark. I was excited for Antonio Stranges, who fell all the way to the 4th round. I was excited for Simon Edvinsson, all of it. But
KJ.
We'll see.
I was really high on KJ this year. But
Oh,
when
yeah,
he, I
totally.
mean, with the Red Wings in scoring, especially with how they've drafted recently, I saw a tweet draft night saying, "Man, the Red Wings really drafted pretty much like the same player 3 years in a row."
Yeah, because then they've got
Casper, MBN.
and Nate Danielson. Danielson, I would
Yes.
say, is a little different.
Yeah, I think he's more complete.
No, that's not the word I would look for. I think he's more of like a rounder. Like he just rounds out your middle six. He was a guy that I was a little surprised that they took in their top 9 because I thought they would go skill. Benson, I thought would have been a better slot for them to pick there, but
I was.
But MBN, but MBN's gonna be really solid for them when he comes.
I think
we'll
so
see.
too. My comp that drafts for Danielson, and I still think this reigns true, is Mikhail Backlund. Just
You want to hear what mine was?
Yeah, sure.
Tyler Mott.
Woo! And they signed Tyler Mott this offseason.
It's play style, not as in like projection.
Yeah, I
think
know.
they play similarly.
But they signed Mott, so
yeah.
Like, I mean, they did add scoring. Like, they did add Tarasenko. Like, I'd say like the one guy who's in limbo for them now is like Berggren. It's like you don't like. Last year is so confusing because he showed promise the year before in the NHL.
We will see. Honestly, with Detroit, it's just a never-ending loop. So
I hope they make the playoffs because I think the NHL is better when Detroit makes it. Like, it's so fun to see that city just go to bat for their teams every year, whether it's like the Lions or Detroit, the Red Wings. Like, it's just fun to see.
I think they have a style of player. Like, they have every single style of player, and they just don't know how to fit it all together. Like, if you look at their lineup, obviously they're going to have some similarities, but like for the most part, they are all very, very unique styles of play. And sometimes that can work if you piece it together properly, but it doesn't look like they've got it together. Like, it could be your biggest strength and your biggest weakness all at the same time. Like, if you have, so many different styles all in one, like, it can work well on a line, but if it's just a big puzzle. Like, you've got all the pieces. It looks – not all the pieces to be, like, competitive, but, like, all the pieces to not be garbage is what I mean. Like, you've got pieces. You have it. It's just – there's just so many different clashing styles of play. I don't know. It's a lot.
It's a lot. 100%.
Yeah. I'm trying to trying to look. I'm looking through past drafts. There's a few ways I could go here with team needs. I could say San Jose and their goaltending needs.
Well, they kind of need everything. So.
Yeah, but they don't have. Yeah, but they don't have that stud goalie prospect. So they have they have that stud D prospect. They have Celebrini and Smith, and guys like Musty, Haltonen.
Mm-hmm. Big Haltonen guy.
I'm a big Musty guy, so.
Oh yeah, no, I love Quinn Musty.
And Richie, dude.
I'm gonna have to deal with Richie in my division soon. Kill me. And they still drafted Salim Wallenius, Igor Chernyshov.
Yep.
How about the Flyers and goaltending?
Oh yeah.
If you want to go down that path,
Jacob, you get to watch that this year again.
I know. It'll be something. Hopefully.
At least you're not a Flyers fan, Jacob.
I have to be. If I work for them, I have to be.
Yeah, fair.
But
I mean, Erson and is it going to be Fedotov? Is it?
It'll be Fedotov.
Yeah, because Kolosov went back.
The only thing I will say is, like, they do have hope. I don't know if you guys know, but Carson Bjarnason from the brand.
Yeah.
Bjarnason.
Yeah,
from the Brandon Kings looks fantastic.
Oh yeah,
Bjarnason's great.
Uh,
And look, I'm a Flyers fan.
Oh, you are.
Before we all knew, I'm from Philadelphia, but
What part?
I'm from outside, so I'm like around King of Prussia area. King of Prussia.
No way. My mom lives in Plymouth Meeting. That's crazy.
That's great. Oh my gosh. But when Carter Hart was coming up, and by the way, don't rock with him now. But when Carter Hart was
Obviously.
coming up, he was taking this amazing trajectory through Everett. And if Carson Bjarnason has one more year at Everett, and it's as good as Hart's was, I think you got a good goalie on your hands. And he's taking a similar kind of outline projection. It's going to be a good team in Brandon this year, but that's because of Bjarnason. And Elik is Elik going back? I think Elik is going
Yeah,
back.
most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
And they've got
definitely.
Roger McQueen.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of good talent. I think I really like their defensive structure that they've got in there. But Bjarnason is going to be the rock there, and we're going to see what happens with all that. But I'm really excited for him to be a Flyer eventually. I think he's a top 3 Flyers prospect right now. Right? That's not crazy saying that, is it?
Michkov. It's
No,
like
I don't think that's that crazy.
Michkov, and then whoever you have at 2 between.
Bonk.
Bonk.
Like,
I'd go
or
Bonk.
Luchenko.
So. Yeah, I agree with that.
And then, like, even after Bjarnason, you have Kolosov, you have God, I can never pronounce his name right.
Zavragin.
Igor Zavragin.
Yep.
Yeah, and he looks like
Wait. What's his last name?
Zavarg.
Is he
Zavargin.
playing in Delco? Or not
No,
Delco? Lehigh, sorry.
No, Russia.
I think he might be. He might be playing over this year in Lehigh.
Okay.
Zavragin?
I met one of the guys in Denver. I couldn't I asked him his name because he was out there playing and he had a Delco or not Delco, my bad.
No, Zavragin.
Lehigh Valley Phantoms jersey on, and I go up to him and I hey, oh, what's your name? I'm from Philly, whatever. I was talking to him, couldn't pronounce his last name, and I was like, okay, I just said hi, whatever. I was like, oh, I'll be working. Maybe if you come up, I'll get to see you, work with you, whatever. But I couldn't pronounce his name. That might have been it. I'm
looking up.
Really
no, Zavragin still has a contract with HK Sochi.
Yeah, that might not have been him then. I don't know. I couldn't pronounce his last name when he told me it though.
Okay. Parker Goggin, Felix Sandstrom's off the team now.
Kolosov. What was the first one you said?
Peter Gahajan.
I don't know. I have no clue.
That's my guess. Cal Peterson's still there. Nolan Mayer. Sandstrom's off the team, I think.
Thank God.
And yeah, I feel goaltending is not
I think Kolosov is he going back?
I think goaltending as a need is very difficult to actually
it's voodoo.
Yeah, exactly. It's voodoo. Obviously there are, those goalies that can hold it down for you, but I feel like it's a lot tougher of a team need, and I feel like that's more of an easy out for people when they ask about team needs. I feel like goalie is an easy out, when you ask someone about
Hey man, come on.
What?
Said the Sharks. Come on.
Oh no, well not you, but I mean when other people make lists and make stuff like that, they always just go, oh, they need a goalie, they need a goalie, they need a goalie. No, obviously everybody needs a goalie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. I'll go with my bias. The team I know the most about, Dallas Stars. Oh boy. Oh boy. Our biggest team need.
What do you really need?
Right shut down defenseman.
Bro has been begging for it for years. Ever since I met him.
For a decent chunk of the season last year with Tanev. Loved it. And now
he's gone. Now he's gone.
The projected first pairing guy, if it's not Harley Heiskanen, is Ilya Lyubushkin. I think I will say this. I've said this for months now. I think Liam Bixel's on the team next year.
Yeah, and that's something that you should look forward to because he's great.
I am hoping because his defense. I've compared him to Eric Chernak playstyle wise the whole.
Is he right? Is he right shot?
I think he's left, but he plays right.
Okay, gotcha.
So
because you guys have a pretty solid big three in Heiskanen, Lindell, and Harley, and then Bixel's added to that. You got Lyubushkin. Who's the fifth? Oh my gosh.
Dumba.
Oh my God, you're right. It is Dumba.
Dumba or Brendan Smith.
I'd take Dumba.
It's either one. Pick your poison.
Well, there's your
Figure out.
right-handed defenseman, Matt Dumba. Isn't that great? Don't you love that?
Let's see a
I
smile,
love
Zach.
Pylon.
Let's see a smile for Matt Dumba.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on, there we go.
Oh,
There we
yeah.
At
go.
least the forward. At least I get to look forward with the forward core. I'm so happy about that. Oh my
That
god!
ridiculous forward core.
If I
We-
need Wyatt Johnson signed to an 8x8 now,
Your defensive
Well,
core is
no, you're
great
not getting
for the
you're not
future if
getting
they were-
an 8x8 for
right?
Wyatt Johnston.
Your
It
defensive
might.
core would be great for the future if there were any righties in it. Like if
Christian
so-
Kyrou
not enough, not good enough.
or Aram Minetian.
Yeah, okay. I like
Yeah.
him a little more. I like him a
I
little
like
more.
him too. He's
They're
gonna be
both
great
raw.
this year.
Although I think Minetian's going back. I know our other college guy Martino hasn't signed, and he's been drafted for a while. So I'm
Do
kind
you
of getting
think
nervous.
if he needed to, Heiskanen could play the right?
No, he does. I
Like,
just he
for
plays
his
so
career,
much
like,
better on
for-
his natural
for
side.
the foreseeable future.
Here's the thing,
He's-
though. His whole career, he's basically been plastered on the right side. He's great, obviously. Not going to bash his play. One of the best defensemen in the NHL. My opinion, the third best. But
Woohoo.
he's a natural left side defenseman.
Who's your top 5 D man? Now I want to hear this. Now I want to know.
He's in my top 5. I wouldn't go
He's
as
in my
far
top
as say
5.
3.
my top
Makar,
five.
obviously.
Okay.
I've gotten some shit for this one. Quinn Hughes.
I don't think that's crazy.
I've gotten shit for it because he doesn't play defense. But he does. Miro.
Yes.
Okay.
Adam
Okay.
Fox.
Okay.
No.
Really?
No.
No
Yeah.
Adam Fox.
Crazy.
No, that's the Flyers fan talking there. That's
No, but here's where I go with mine. Because I'll go Makar, I'll go
Then-
Roman Yossi, then I got Hughes,
Fair.
then I got Miro Heiskanen, and then I have Jacob Slavin because you need to respect the
I
defense.
can respect that.
no McAvoy.
I think Charlie
I was gonna
McAvoy
put
is my
Yossi at
6,
5.
and
I was
then
gonna put Yossi
Fox
at
is a
5.
7.
No
I was gonna put
Darlene.
Yossi at 5.
Oh wait, never mind. What am I talking about? Oh, Darlene's 5. What am I talking about? I completely forgot Darlene existed. Not in that word universe.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, moving on to my portion because I've gotten so much shit for this.
I can't wait.
My tier list because my winger one has gotten way too much shit on Twitter. So
Let's see.
I will say this: the first thing I'll mention before I bring it up. I get it. JT Miller's a center. My bad.
He
See.
plays on the wing after the face-off. It's so
Yeah.
confusing because
Like-
more and more prospects are doing this in the WHL, and it freaks me out.
Like I don't like. Okay, cool, but I still ranked him as a player, so who cares? So anyway, the superstar tier, it's pretty straightforward, I'd say. I mean, come on.
Is there?
Like
Let's see if you can.
this is not in order of in their tiers of where they rank. I just placed them.
Are you able to bring it up on screen or?
I thought I was sharing.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let's see.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
There you
Yeah,
go.
hold on. Let's see. Yeah, there we go.
I got it, Jacob. I got it. Superstar tier. I think it's pretty cut and dry. I
The
got some people saying Sam Reinhart should have been in Superstar, which analytically I get it.
I have two big ones in your superstar tier for right now.
Mhm.
I still
and then-
think, based on, because I will say this, Wyatt Johnston outperformed Jason Robinson this past
I am
season.
at center.
I know, but I still would put Jason Robinson as a top line winger, and I would put JT Miller as a top line winger. I think they're both
Yeah,
they're both
okay.
really solid players.
Miller one I
But
get. That's fair.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Here's my thing with the Robo one. We've seen him hit 100, and he plays Selkie level defense for a winger. He hit 80 and improved his defense by a mile this year.
Hasn't he only had like one good year though? Like really, really superstar level year.
He hit 80 this year.
Mm,
I get the argument, but I do think he's better than everyone in top line winger tier.
I can agree with that.
Who's next to Marner? I can't see.
Nylander.
Nylander.
Is that William Nylander?
Yeah, Willie. Yes.
Get him down a top line. Get him down a top line.
That one was genuinely my biggest debate in the top area. That was my biggest
look,
debate.
and I will have this discussion, and I will die on this hill. William Nylander is the product of just being on a really good line with Austin Matthews, and
He is the best
and
playoff
company.
performer.
Look, say what you will. I think he's the fourth most talented forward on that entire team.
Who's the
I like
third?
John Tavares.
Former captain John Tavares.
Are we talking about
Yes, former
currently? Like currently, no.
Well, after this
Currently.
past year was great for him. Obviously, he had a flash in the pan, but like taking into
Yeah,
revisionist history,
yeah.
he has not been ideal. But this past year was fantastic. But I would love to see him do it again. If he does it again, then I'll stop disrespecting him.
fair.
But like, we'll see.
That was my thing with Reinhardt. Is let me see him do it again. That was my biggest
I
thing.
appreciate that. No, I like that ranking though, because
I love Sam, but my other one of my buddies, I was talking to him today. He said I had Clayton Keller too high, and I was like, I could see it. He hasn't hit that 90-point threshold yet, I think.
I would love to mention that I am currently in love with Jesper Bratt at mid first line. He is
So I learned this before I did this. Actually, he was the first Devil since I think Parise to play all 82 and be point per game. Yeah,
That's
crazy.
sad.
It's a fun little throwback.
Yeah, exactly. Mid first line. The only shit I got for it was JT Miller. I have Mark Stone there because the defense. I don't care for the injuries. That defense, you cannot replace that, in my opinion.
I know he hasn't shown it yet. I know he hasn't shown it like officially yet, but Barzal is gonna move up. Like he's gonna move up. Barzal is gonna move up.
His offensive talent is just,
eventually. Right now, that's a good
Barzal more winger at this point.
His talent is unmatched. It's ridiculous.
So,
low end first. I got some shit for the Zach Hyman one.
I think that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I thought that too. Look, I've said this before. I'll diss him. I love Zach Hyman, fellow Jew.
Oh my God, Zach.
But 50-goal guy, I get that. He's a McDavid and a tap-in merchant. Like,
but look,
put him on.
He's the best tap-in merchant in the league.
He's a product of the team he plays on.
Maybe so, but he was doing this type of stuff with Austin Matthews in Toronto. And look, knock the guy all you want, but at the end of the day, they don't ask you how; they ask you how many. Mm-hmm. And Zach Hyman's one of the best at getting that many. So look, you can keep him in that tier if you feel like he could fall off. I kind of agree with it, but I still think mid first line is kind of where he belongs. So
that's fair. I can see that
because he elevated McDavid's play to the point where he didn't want to score goals. So like I would love to see 60-goal McDavid again, but he only touched 30 this year. So
yeah. What was I gonna say?
It's talent. It takes talent to play with great players.
That is true.
To be able to truly play with and not just be a mooch, but also contribute as a threat yourself, whether it's a tap-in, whether it's creating your own chance. Like I know him just standing in front of the net and being a threat to be an effective tap-in is in itself very difficult.
Now that Pavelski's retired, he's probably the best net front guy in the league.
Yeah. I think it's a talent to do what he does, to be able to do that consistently with Matthews, McDavid. I think it's very because McDavid's had a carousel of wingers play on his line that haven't worked out, and they've been
stuck.
Yeah, they've been talented wingers, but they don't play well with him because it takes skill to be able to play with a player at that level. So. And be effective. So
good. Some other Johnny Gaudreau, low in first line. I still have some faith in him.
Yeah,
especially reuniting with Monahan. I think it's going to be big for him. What other? Someone said while I was at dinner with my family today, said Robertson over Patrick Kane, current Patrick Kane, and I said, dude. I get the even strength per 60 argument was the second best in Patrick Kane's career. Play defense. Please play defense. And I love Patty Kane. I think he's the best American-born player of all time. He's gonna go down as that.
I will say if Buffalo even comes close to even sniffing the playoffs, expect Alex Tuck to be firmly in the first line conversation. So
Fully
that's
agree with
what
that. I love Alex Tuck.
because
I
if
love
if
Alex.
if they go anywhere, it's because of him. So
He's the heart and soul of that team.
yep,
I love him.
he's gonna have to be.
Put my boy Troy Terry down there.
Oh yeah. Where'd I put him again?
Put my boy Trevor Zegras down there. He'll show all you. He'll show
Yeah.
everybody.
Where did I put Troy Terry? Am I blind? Oh, it's right there.
Put all the Ducks fingers
Some
in
other
one line.
ones. I'm here before Quinn Byfield takes that next step of superstardom.
Did he
I'm
not
gonna
just
put
do
him.
that?
I know he's playing center.
Kidding.
I know he's playing center next year, but I just put him here because he's playing more wing. A Rangers fan told me disrespect to Kreider and Lafreniere.
Is that Fabian
Wait.
Zetterlund?
Huh?
Can we go back to the fact that you put Jarvis ahead of Nietzsche's? I love Jarvis and he's gonna score a ton, but I think Nietzsche's is more complete. Also, Svechnikov, gotta mention him. He would be elite if it weren't for those injuries, man.
I fully agree. No, I fully agree with that. I love Svech. One of the
Has a lot to do with his play style, though, that gets him hurt.
One of the best power
just like a
forward
dog.
type wingers in the league right now, in my opinion. Where else?
He's such a hard.
If this man got top 6 minutes, ooh. If the Oilers got top 6 minutes, ooh, it's over.
Is that Fabian Zetterlund in the second line?
That's what I was just saying. Get that man out of here.
He had a good year. What?
Get Fabian Zetterlund and Jonathan Huberdeau under the third line. Like,
yeah, one of my buddies is a Flames fan. He told me, "Where's the Huber ass tier?"
I don't know if I can drop Huberdeau any lower than that.
Gabe Velarde, I was debating on putting higher again if he stayed healthy.
No way you put Gabe Velarde over Brian Rust. That's criminal.
Am I wrong?
You are wrong.
I will say Fabian Zetterlund over Timo Meyer is criminal, and you should be taken to jail.
All right, yeah. I talked to Jacob about this before.
Is that Robert Thomas?
He's been a good no.
Who is
where
that?
Where would Robert Thomas be?
Oh, that's not Robert
No
Thomas.
respect for Robert Thomas. Screw him.
Robert Thomas, great player. Only reason I put Timo Meyer here, and I'm very, very welcome for him to prove me wrong next year. He has just not been a good fit.
Who?
Timo.
Yeah.
And I hope he does, because I love Timo.
I think Huberdeau is. I don't think he's a third liner. I think he's still second line. I know he's had an atrocious train wreck of a year, but
Last 2 years.
I still have faith.
So
third line, Michael Bunting.
Looking at the rookies, I see the Devil Incarnate, obviously number 1. And I see.
Let's just zoom in.
Yeah. And then I kind of can't really make out the faces of the other 5, but they look
Fabian
very
Lysell, Matvey Michkov, your savior, Liam Ogren,
Really?
Lekkerimaki, and Stankoven.
And this take is about to come from a diehard Philadelphia Flyers fan, as much as I try to hide it. Jonathan Lekkerimaki will probably win the Calder. I'm gonna call that.
Really? That's a hot take.
That's my
'Cause
guy.
I've seen a lot of people saying
Wait.
he's probably not going to make the team.
I thought
I
Will
hope he
Smith
does.
was also playing this year, no?
I'm in the
Center.
centers, dude. I'm at center.
Oh, right, yeah.
But Zetterlund, reason Lysell's here. Reason Fabian Lysell's here, was it Sweeney who said this? I think he said this in an exit interview that if he didn't get hurt, he would have gotten a call up.
I don't like Lysell.
I still really like him.
He's got good speed. He reminds me a lot of Nick Ehlers in terms of play. So, obviously, I think Stank's playing the wing. Love him.
I hope so.
I
That
think
guy
he's playing the wing.
That guy played 4 inches above his actual height in the playoffs.
He does, yeah. I love him. Great
Love him.
player.
I don't think Lekarimaki's getting Calder. That's kind of crazy.
I don't think he's playing.
I
this
think if
year.
he makes the team, he can prove a lot.
He can
He's
prove a lot.
I think so too. His shots
Look,
unbelievable.
we don't talk about Lekarimaki's World Juniors enough.
That was crazy. Yeah.
We don't.
Oh, yeah.
We really don't. This man
Beautiful.
near single-handedly with some help from ASP almost beat the
Also-
United States. Almost.
Also-
But Lekarimaki is just a danger to score. I think if he can further develop that shot, you're looking at a consistent 75 to 80 point score
I can
every year.
see it. I'm really yeah. After this year, I'm
I
really.
didn't even
hot.
think he probably a hot take. I didn't think he was even the best forward on that team. I think Noah Osland outperformed him regularly. Noah Osland. Nope. Noah Osland really outperformed him as an overall player. Lekarimaki had his moments.
You're on mute, Link.
You're on mute.
Global IHF would disagree with you.
Global IH.
And that's fine. And that's fine.
That's such a good comeback. And then second year guys ready to take a leap. I think it's pretty obvious. I mean,
I like Forrester. I like the Forrester pick.
I think Genther's scoring 30 next year.
Okay, that's enough.
I don't know if he counts as a second year guy because he's gotten a lot of looks in like 2 years, but he's playing full time.
I'll give it to you.
And then Eklund was great to end the year. Evangelista's ice time is going to be so criminal. He's playing projected third line on that team.
He will out there and we'll make it into it.
And then Zach Benson, I'm high on.
Yeah,
Met the guy at the draft. Great guy. Absolute beauty.
Who?
Benson.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute beauty.
He tried to tell you he wasn't Zach Benson.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the one that I got the most shit on. I have not done goalies yet. What's my next one? Centers.
We gotta go quick.
Yeah,
on
so
center.
here,
I gotta go soon.
before I do this, I rushed this because it took me half an hour to make the entire fucking format. Yes, I placed Draisaitl too high. My bad. He should be here. This one's obvious. No shit.
if anything, I would switch Draisaitl for.
Who? Sorry, your mic's pretty. Sounds like you are under the water. Oh, okay.
Where'd he
We'll
go?
continue in the meantime. His mic was acting up. He'll join back.
Because he tweaked out about my Noah Osland take.
That wasn't it. That was not it.
Oh my god.
My ears just got murdered.
Oh boy, that's rough.
Why is it?
Everything all right?
My back.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, you're good. You're good. You're
Now
good.
you're good. Now you're good.
Yes, I know Draisaitl
yeah,
should be in franchise-altering center. Yes, I know that. I rushed this in 5 minutes. My bad. Jack Hughes, you could argue up here. I see the argument.
I would argue that Draisaitl should be switched with Matthews.
Or
actually-
right?
But I honestly look.
Bro.
Say what you will. I think Draisaitl does more than Matthews, in my opinion. So, but we'll see.
Really? Because Matthews' two-way game.
Is
Matthews
it better than
two-way.
Crosby's?
Well, no,
Now,
they're
yes.
but they're in the
All
same
right.
tier.
Yeah. It's again not ranked by players in their tier. Not ranked by that.
If anything, just put Draisaitl up there, keep them all up there, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't move it, so Robert Thomas, I love Robert Thomas. As much as he's a division rival, love the guy. I got said it was a hot take that I had these two in mid 1C, and I could see it.
I like it. I think it's great.
I like it there. I would honestly put Wyatt Johnston with Rupe Hintz right now, but
It was tough, honestly. Next year, I think Wyatt's going to be in there. Stützle, you could argue high in 1C. I don't.
I think keeping you in mid 1C for now is just fine.
I don't care about the dives too much.
I'm not huge on Heischer. Like I just don't think
I mean, two-way centerman.
everybody thinks he is.
He's gonna win a
Yeah.
Selkie.
Revisionist. In revision, I think he sure should not be mid 1C,
Probably
nor should
low end.
Horvat.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say Horvat, but I could see him over Heischer. I could argue him over Heischer. His offensive
yeah.
upside, everywhere he's gone has been very good. I mean, I like Heischer as well, but I don't know. I think if he had to be the 1C, I don't think he would go that well.
That's
I
fair.
don't think he would be the mid 1C.
That's fair. And then low end 1C, I think is fair for the most part. I think Johnston's switching to the wing next year anyway. So
We'll
I don't
see.
know if you can put Johnson up. I
I know we're not
Trocheck-
there yet, but
don't know. I think
Rangers fans can give me shit all they want. Trocheck's a better center at this point.
I think Johnston will be there eventually. I don't think he's there yet. If this is a current list, no.
Yeah, current. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Rangers fans, if they give me shit for this, I don't care. I think Trocheck's the better center right now than Zibanejad.
I disagree, but that's fine.
I think it's the two-way game. I think that's what
Trocheck
separates them.
got stapled with Panarin. That's a
And
huge
Lafreniere,
part of
yeah.
why he's so effective.
Yeah. Kadri
Is the
is
guy.
still really good.
He's a guy.
He's proved it time and time again. He'd be a great 2C on a competitive team. Proved it in Colorado.
Gino.
Where is Gino?
Gino.
Oh, right
Would
there.
love to see Beniers take that next step right there. Look at
Yes,
that.
exactly. Yeah, that was my. If he didn't have a rough year, man, he genuinely could be here. But
Oh yeah, good stuff.
I'm still really high on Cousins. I love the guy. I think Brock Nelson's one of the most underrated players in the league right now.
I can get behind that.
Like
Yeah.
scored 33 plus the last 3 years, and it just doesn't get talked about. Like it's ridiculous.
Gino should still be franchise center.
Okay, buddy. That's fine.
I'm just kidding. I love Gino
How
though.
can you say that and work for the Flyers? Who are you?
He's a Pens fan.
Jesus.
Yo, R.I.P. Sean Couturier, his entire career.
Yeah, so I know a few Flyer fans.
You
when
know
he
another
came-
one now.
Yeah, when he came back, he was great, and then as play continued on, he's
He's not going to be our top line center for much longer.
he
So
shouldn't.
His problem is open ice playmaking.
Do you think Forster's moving back to center?
Play in the open ice.
Here.
He's great. He's probably one of the best players in the league along the boards. Like when it comes to making a play off the board, like he can dime it to anybody anywhere. But once he has to make a play in the open ice, skating down the ice or making a play in the zone, he either retreats towards the board, pins himself, makes a play, or he just kind of turns it over. I think Couturier's got – it's so sad because I like him a lot. Like he's a cool guy. But, man, he just needs to have better open ice IQ.
And foot
100%.
speed. Boone Jenner, I do not think Boone Jenner gets enough credit for what he does.
Yo, he was an
Honestly.
all-star. Don't forget
Yeah,
that.
he was an all-star.
Don't
Yeah.
forget that. Ever.
I would have picked like Kirill Marchenko because I think Kirill Marchenko's underrated. I love the guy. Traded for him in
but he's
China,
not better than Jenner.
unfortunately.
Not yet, at least. He will be.
According to the NHL, at least.
No, 3C is crazy down there. I see him. That's wild.
Here's my thing before I go.
That's
to
an
the-
insane look, Zach. That's an insane stray, but he deserves it.
I think here's my thing. I think Dubois bouncing back. I really do.
What I'm seeing here.
I mean, to be
But here's
fair,
the
yeah. I
thing.
mean, that's the low-key Washington's the best situation he could go to,
100%.
Yeah, because their leaders won't let him do the shit he's pulled.
or he'll get scratched if he
Yeah,
does.
exactly. Like that leadership group won't let him pull the shit he's done. Center, the rookies / second year guys who will be a 1C. I mean,
Go
Come
Leo Carlson.
right there,
The GOAT.
our guy,
Go.
friend of the
Wow.
show,
He's such a cool guy.
friend of the show, great guy.
Like, he's a cool guy.
Yeah, really, he's such a good guy.
Hey, man, his
Fantilli.
all super cool to us.
Yeah, we got a pick with Fantilli at the draft. Sick guy.
You did.
I-
Couldn't get one.
I have Fantilli in Dynasty, so I need him to pop.
I think
There
out
you
of
go.
all these guys, I'm taking Oh, second year. What for Calder this year?
Rookie / second year.
I'm taking Will Smith for second year. Oh, sorry, rookie. Second year.
Yeah, the only rookies here are Will Smith and Celebrini.
Yeah, I'm taking Will Smith.
Really?
Yes.
I'm taking Celebrini
Yeah, I think I gotta go
over
Celebrini.
Smith. I think
I'm-
Celebrini won't win the Calder, but I think he will finish better than Smith.
So first
You're
off,
right.
shout out to Dauber because I'm just gonna go off that. They project Celebrini to get 34 goals
Okay,
this year.
that's quite insane.
They projected Michkov to get 66 points.
Zach, question for you: is there a prospect tier list or no?
Yes, there is coming up.
Okay, I'll save my hot take for then.
Defenseman. I mean, I think it's cut and dry at the top
Pretty
at
cut and
least.
dry.
I think I there were Oilers fans who gave me shit for Dahlin over Bouchard, buddy. One place defense and doesn't cost games.
It's a good point.
I like Devon Tays respect, and the Uyghur respect is love.
Also,
20
you
goals
wanna
and you're most known for being a defensive defenseman. Yeah, he deserves it.
You also do want to see Bouchard and Bouchard also just like kind of have one more year of just great play. So we'll see.
I think but I think that'll come.
One more year of Cider, I think he'll be up there.
So do I. If Cider plays really well this year, I think he's up here.
I think he's one of the better
another
players.
year of this. I think another year of this kind of play from Sanderson. I think he's up here.
I need to see 2 out of Sanderson for me.
Can we talk about how you have Matthias Ekholm perfectly rated? He is so underrated, dude. No one gives him that.
Really, because I made this tier list in response to Kyler Miyamoto's defenseman tier list, and he had Matthias Ekholm as an elite number 1.
Well, that's Kyler Miyamoto, and he's gonna low key do tricks on it every day of the week.
Engagement bait.
2 tricks on it. I love it.
Hannafin and Vegas, I think, just look like almost a completely new defenseman. Like just
especially
so
with
much better
Shea Theodore in the mix as well. Great.
Yeah, he looks so much better offensively.
Yeah, totally.
Gus Forsling, I mean, one of the best waiver claims in recent memory. I mean,
how could you not?
Amazing player. I was debating on putting Jonas Brodin in pure DFD, but he does, which
I think he should.
I probably should have.
Yeah, that's probably at least a little bit lower than good top.
Jared Spurgeon's great. I'm really hoping he stays healthy this year.
I think you got to put Jared Spurgeon down. He's getting old.
I don't know because he's still putting up great results. I mean, he's injured, but
is that Thomas Harley?
Yeah.
Oh, I see Brock Faber. I can't wait to talk about him.
Don't give me shit for Thomas Harley. He's a top pairing defenseman. I know he has a defensive.
Next year, yeah.
Can we talk about how Aaron Ekblad is not in great second pair?
Yeah, that's probably an overstatement by me, but
I think Matheson proved himself this year. I've been saying Matheson's been
his defense is so
for a while. When he
was defense is so though.
When he was on the Penguins, dude, he was undoubtedly phenomenal. And
I will also mention this. I try to include at least 1 or 2 from every team, so that's why Fowler is also here. So, I should have included Cam York because I love Cam York. I think he's an underrated defenseman. Whoops.
There you
go. Pelican Pulak. I mean, you kind of
Drysdale.
Kind of got to link them together at this point.
Where's Drysdale?
Not on here.
He'll be coming, Jacob. Don't worry.
Oh boy,
he's not on here.
Makes me sad. I love Drysdale.
I love Drysdale. My buddy Nate, he's a Flyers fan. That guy, he loves Jamie Drysdale.
He's gonna be
his name in my dynasty leagues is the Dan Castor Drysdale Juniors.
There you go.
He forced Jacob to trade him Drysdale.
Yeah, dude.
Can we also shift to Brock Faber right now? I low key am on a stim fest for the Brock Faber Zeev William connection in the future. Can we talk will 4 or 5 years down the road, will there be a better D pairing in the league? I don't think so. I love Zeev Boyum so much. I know he hasn't played
So good.
a game outside of college yet, but dude, pair him with Brock Faber.
You already
That's
have
gonna
your
be-
Rock and Brock Faber who can play like 30 minutes a night.
dude. He's one of my favorite guys to watch defensively.
So good.
Oh my gosh.
Pavel Mintyukov. I mean, talk about a more underrated rookie. I forgot where he placed in the Calder. I love Pavel Mintyukov. I think he's
great.
definitely their number one for the future. I know they also have Zellweger. They have Tristan Lanoux. But
Yeah,
Pavel
no one else can
Mintyukov's
overtake him.
going to be the guy. Who'd you say?
No one else is going to overtake him.
No,
You're right.
exactly. He's going to be that guy. Whether it's this year where he breaks out and gets like 40, 50 points, whether that's like in 2 years from now but puts up better defensive results, like he's that guy. And I think he's projected second pairing according to Daily Faceoff. He's their guy. He's their PP1 guy. He should be their first pairing guy. Like
I see Darnell Nurse.
You see his bald head.
Yeah. And then Hughes and Nemitz. I know it's weird having them in the same tier because, like, in the future number one tier, basically, because same team, blah blah blah.
You can have 2 number ones. You'll be fine.
Yeah. There's teams that have 2 number ones in this league, basically. Like, if Devon Taves wasn't on the Avs, for example, like, come on, and they play opposite-ish styles. Like, Luke is going to be that offensive guy. Nemec is like perfect on the back end. Like, also was tempted to put David Jiricek here. I still have hope. I love David Jiricek, one of my favorite defensive prospects in the league. I also forgot to put Brant Clark here. Loved Clark. That's an oversight by
You
me.
think Jiricek's going to be a number one?
I think he could still.
I mean, Matejchuk becomes a number one over him.
100%.
I can see it. I should have put Brant Clark here as well. My bad. And then pure OFDs. Jacob, you can talk on Eric Carlson.
I'm
And
good.
Bernsey, Morgan Riley. Yeah, and then Shabbat. If Shabbat didn't have the injuries,
I love Shabbat.
probably here.
How could you
love
not?
Shabbat.
But again, the injuries kind of hampered him, especially this year.
Team
Probably
wasn't
here.
great either. That doesn't help.
My pain.
You could have thrown
Payne.
Pelican DFD too.
Yeah, I probably should have. But pain.
And Gustav or
Yeah.
Forsling. Sorry, Gustav Forsling.
I don't feel like forcing the Spear DFD.
What?
He's got some offensive juice.
He
Going into the
Yeah, he-
net and it going in does not count as offensive juice.
I will say he's got some great vision and is a really solid transition defenseman.
Yes.
So I would give that gives him some juice right there.
I miss-
Breakout? We're talking breakout, yeah? I agree with
Not
that.
only just breakout, but also skating it in transition and zone entrances as well. So
I gotta check him out more then. Because not
Oh.
from what I've seen, phenomenal DFD.
Oh, he's phenomenal.
Offense in the zone wasn't that great from what I saw. Like it was basic. Like
yeah, he
dunked.
did need to improve that, but I did like his
Give me a
transition
moment
game.
looking up his
And
points.
Transition game, I think is fair because I think their team as a whole was phenomenal in transition. No matter what play style they played against, like their entire team moved up the ice very well.
Okay.
So that's fair. I can understand that.
Okay, Jacob, to
Yeah.
also counter your point, and I know points aren't everything. You got 39 points in 79 games last year.
All right, never mind then. I rescind my comment. Continue. I was unfamiliar. I'm familiar with this game.
He
I
had
miss
us in the first half. I'm not gonna lie.
all I'm going to say about Tanev, I miss Chris Tanev.
It's all right.
and then-
It's all right, Zach. He's
Bald
not coming
man.
back.
Well, I know. Thanks. Oh, to be fair, I would not have given him 6 years.
Damn.
It's fine.
And then the bald man.
Do you,
Which,
like,
okay,
think
he
you
had
know
his
how
moments.
happy
the
he
fact
was?
that hold on, the fact that Cody Cece isn't also there is ridiculous as well. But you know,
Yeah, but that one's more obvious.
Zach, didn't you call me when you guys got Chris Tanev? Like that's how happy you were. Like you called me and you were like, "We finally got him. We got Chris Tanev," and now he's gone.
Yes.
You know?
Well,
Will
at least
happen.
you're not overpaying him. So
Yeah, but
Um,
I wouldn't have given him 6 years. That's 6 years for a 34-year-old injury-prone guy.
oh yeah, yep.
I would have given him 3. My max was 3, maybe 4. But oh well. And
let's
then
see these
bald man.
prospects.
Look, I know Darnell Nurse had his moments in the playoffs. That's
He had
all I'm
one
gonna say.
game. He had
Yeah.
one game.
And it was against Dallas. So, and then the prospects. I just
Okay.
realized I have too many guys in the top 6 category. Whoops. Oh,
That's
well.
fine. We'll sort
Oh,
through
well.
it.
All right. Blue chip.
let's
I mean, blue chip should be obvious. I mean, Celebrini, no shit. Nat
I'm gonna
Michkov,
say this.
no
I
shit.
don't know how you guys feel about this though. I'm thinking that blue chip, there should really be only be one dude in there,
Michkov.
and that's Matvey Michkov.
Um,
I will explain my. Let me explain myself. Let me explain myself. Will Smith is going to be the same argument I have when we eventually get to Gabe Perreault. We have not seen Will Smith play on a line without Ryan Leonard and Gabe Perreault since 2022.
Yeah.
That's how long it's been. So it's been 2 years with those two guys. That's how it's been. We don't know what he will look like outside of that. And you could say World Juniors, whatever. That's 7 games. They still play together. I still think Will Smith needs more diversity. I still think that he needs to develop more of a defensive game. I firmly, he's going to be a great star for San Jose, even as much as Celebrini. But I think that take will be even hotter when I get there. Demidov, look, say what you will. I don't think he's blue chip. He was my second rated player. Again, there's a reason why he didn't play in the KHL. And then Macklin Celebrini, I'm going to say that he's not blue chip, even though he was just taken first overall, because he's not on Bedard's level. He's not like a generational prospect.
Yeah.
And I think you're looking at a guy who's going to win more Selkies than Hearts in his career.
I said this. I think Jacob knows I've said this. I said that if Celebrini was in last year's draft, he's on the same tier of like a Fantilli. I think he's on the same tier-ish of like same area-ish of like, and you could argue who's better.
He's around there. I think he goes 4 above Will Smith, but Fantilli, people forget about how violent Fantilli was, and like the excitement that people got around Stian Solberg this year was exactly the same stuff that they were doing with Fantilli. It's just because he was a violent player. Like Fantilli was like, oh my gosh, you're seeing size and skill, but like this type of size and like physicality we have not seen in college yet.
Yeah,
and then we saw it again. Solberg. So,
and then Star, I was very tempted to put Ryan Leonard in blue chip. I love Ryan Leonard.
Everyone loves Ryan Leonard.
He's probably my favorite non-stars prospect right now, in all honesty. Either him or we'll get to him in a bit. Berkeley Cadden Star, like that production at that age. You could argue first line, and I'd honestly probably debate
Put him
on
top 6. Put him in the top 6.
Really? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
No defense.
Yeah.
That's all. No physical engagement.
Yeah.
That's just me though. That's just me. I like my prospects two-way.
There. And then Caden Lindstrom, probably my favorite prospect out of last year's draft. Huh?
It's my Pookie Bear right there.
He's probably my favorite prospect out in last year's draft outside of like Perek maybe and Badinka. But Badinka was mainly Dallas, please. Oh, I beg. And then my bias, and I think it's fair. Logan Stankovic, same height as me, by the way. And then we get to first line, your demon.
The Devil should be in Star, I will say, because he's going to be.
I was debating on it, like in all honesty,
like, because he wasn't he wasn't in that freshman trio.
No, he
still
wasn't.
put up the numbers that he did, and he was the only man realistically who gave Celebrini a run for his money for the Hobie last year.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, agreed.
Cole Iserman in first line. I love Iserman. Love him.
He is the highest upside in last year's draft.
Yeah, arguably, yeah. First line right now, I feel like that's being a bit safe. Maybe wrong, but he's going to be really good. I
fair.
think he's going to be really good. And the Islanders won't rush him. I think that's one of the most important things with Yzerman. I don't think they're going to rush him. Tijagin, this
Yeah,
I like
it's all-
Tidge. I was honestly debating on putting him in top 6. I probably
Take
should have,
top 6.
but I do think he can be a first line guy. Don't know if that'll be at center.
I get it. No, yeah, he's probably going to shift to the wing, but I
Yeah.
do like that he's going to play more center this year, which is lovely. Actually, never mind. That was a take that I said before he signed, right? Yeah, because he's signed now. Yeah,
It doesn't matter if he signs because he can just go back.
That's true, but like I think if he plays in the WHL, he's going to play more center. If he doesn't, then he's going to play more wing.
He'll play
So
with
we'll see.
Cristal, which I think is great. And then, in my opinion, like this is a prospect that does not get talked about much. Danila Yurov.
He had a great year.
He's great. Didn't sign. I think he's probably signing next year. He's going to be great for the Wild, which pains me. I don't know if he's going to play center or wing. Wherever he plays, he's going to be great with Kaprizov. I
Gotcha.
think that's how it goes for him. Top 6. I was debating on putting Coolidge first line, but in that Buffalo system, he's not going to.
No,
Andrew Cristal, love him. That's pretty obvious. I know he has some skating issues. Great playmaker, great hockey IQ. Mav, very smart player. Like, I really don't know where he's going to play next year because it really depends on how the Stars do their lines. Because I think it's either going to be Stankoven or Johnson on the first line with Rope and Robo. And then if it's Stankoven with Jamie Benn, you're probably putting Bork at center. If not, you're putting him on the wing. So Andrew Basha, top 6. Don't know how he fell
It's
as
too
far
high.
as he did. Really?
I
Yeah.
like Bash top 6.
I like Basha. I think he's great, and he's got a lot of upside. Plus, he went to Colorado, right? Or where did he get ended up getting drafted to? Oh my gosh,
Calgary.
Why am I blanking on this? Calgary. You're right. Sorry. Yeah, he's going to be up earlier than he should be. But which is going to I think is going to be good for him because he is a very smart player. But I do think he's not in the top 6 level, and I'll explain myself when we get to Luchenko. But I don't think that he kind of deserves that moniker. But we'll see. Again, I could all be
Boomer
wrong about that.
bust. He's boomer bust.
I think he's more of a middle 6. Like he's more of a middle 6 guy that's going to score a ton for you. So
Mhm.
we'll see.
Brad
think he has
Nadeau.
that.
Go. Sorry.
No, yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Brad Nadeau, great year. Signed as well. I don't think his brother did sign with anyone.
No,
Right.
his brother wasn't
Great
as
year. I really don't know if he's going to play in the NHL next year. I don't think he's going to because with all the signings Carolina made.
good. Maybe
So-
at the end of the year.
Yeah, but he did make his debut. I didn't really see it. I kind of want to go back and look at it. But he's a good player. He's going to be really good. Dalibor Dvorsky, I think there is a chance he makes the Blues out of camp. I think there's a chance.
He had a rough year. He had a really lackluster year. I don't think it happens. I think he's he's going to be playing for the AHL team, Thunderbirds, for a bit. I don't know. Look, I've never been that high on Dalibor. So we'll see.
Next one, Jagger Firkus, short king, hell of a shot, big upside. He is boomer bust. Like I think most players that size are pretty boomer bust. Like you see guys like him, Justin Poirier's pretty boomer bust. I know Justin Poirier scores more like junior-ish goals, if that's like the term that's used. But it's kind of like that. He's very dynamic, very skilled. Hell of a shot. Just going to be a weapon for them. I'll just combine these two because they're both Seattle guys. Carson Raykop, who just got traded for 10 draft picks.
I'll say he has more upside than Fergus a little bit because he
I can see it.
Really love his game. Oh my gosh.
I
And
love Carson Rakoff.
he'll be playing with Porter Martone and Jack
Yeah.
Ivankovic this year. So
That's disgusting.
what a year. Brampton has a legit shot for the Memorial Cup. So we'll see.
Next up, Liam Greentree. There's a debate in putting him in middle six. I like Greentree a lot. I really do. Especially with that Kings forward prospect core. It's really what for their future. Byfield, if Turcotte develops.
With Greentree here, where's Beckett Seneca?
I know I forgot something. Fuck.
It's all good. No. But yeah, if Beckett Seneca was here, I'd put him higher. Or I'd put him in top 6.
Yeah,
but I'd throw Liam Greentree at like the bottom of top 6. There's a lot of
They're
there's a lot of
not
top
ranked
six.
by Valor, obviously, but
Yeah, don't worry about it. No, but like Liam Greentree, yeah. I think him and Seneca have a similar ceiling. They're both. I mean, Seneca's still growing into his body. Liam Greentree is pretty much grown into his body. He's just got to get comfortable. That's it. And looking at the rest of them, I have issues with Perot and McGroarty, but they're both kind of like off ice stuff. And then we'll see. I need Perot to prove his mettle because he's going back. He's going back to school.
yes,
BC.
He's going to play with Higgins though.
He's getting Higgins as a line mate. Like we're never going to get off this. He's going to be a support player forever.
Thank you.
He's a connector. That's fine.
Thank you. Me and
That's
Jacob
fine.
have been saying this.
Look, if people want to go out there and even like some people are be like, oh yeah, Perot, he's gonna be like he's a great he's gonna be amazing. He's gonna blossom in New York. Best case scenario, you get a Zach Hyman type guy, which is a great scenario.
I think best case scenario, you got a Jake Ensel.
That's what I'm thinking.
Connector. Well, because they're both connectors.
Yeah, in that sense. And then Matt Savoy, another guy I'm not a huge fan of. I love Oliver Moore here though with Lekaramaki. I think Lekaramaki should be a little higher. But Oliver Moore,
like
love
that.
respect. He had a year. He had a great year. So
Moore. I'm happy Moore's going back because I know
he
Jacob,
does
you saw him
need
in
it.
person.
He does need it.
You saw Moore in person for a few games.
He needs more opportunity. They didn't give him as much opportunity. He was riding like third, fourth line. Like he was playing. When I watched him play, when I went to the game, they literally had him on the power play in front of the net. Like they had him in front of the net. If he was a net front presence, for what reason is Oliver Moore a net front presence?
Yeah, with that kind of speed and
it was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. But like, he looked really good when he had the puck. He looked really good off the puck. Like, I loved every little bit of watching him. He just didn't get a lot of opportunity. He was playing with lower line mates. Like, I think if he gets another opportunity, like you said, going back, like that'll be huge for him.
I know that Minnesota got, I think, Stramel.
Stramel.
I'm not the highest on him, never was. Had a really bad year in Wisconsin. I know they're getting someone out. They're getting Snuggerud back. That's going to be huge for them. As you can see, he is right there. Snuggy's right there.
Jimmy.
Snuggery's just delaying the inevitable.
Yeah. What do you mean?
He doesn't want to go to the NHL for some reason.
Yeah. Other
I was a
guys.
Blues prospect. I wouldn't either.
Kemmel, I mean, hell of a shot. We'll like to see some more. I love his shot. Love his game. I do want to see a bit more. He had a good AHL rookie year. He's not playing next year, obviously, because of the guys they signed. So
we'll see. But I think
one of my favorite
he
prospects.
can sneak into a bottom line role and like kind of work his way up. But again, I think one of those guys that they signed is gonna kind of fall on their face, and it's looking like it's gonna be Marchessault or Shea. So we'll see.
I think that'll be Brady Shea. I think he got way too overpaid. One of my favorite prospects, Big Q, Quentin Musty, power forward winger. Love the guy. I think he's going to be an absolute stud next to Celebrini.
No Holtonen? No Holtonen in here?
Yeah, I didn't put Holton in.
Well, look.
Holtonen would be in top 6, dude. I think
Holtonen. No. Because let's not forget, Quentin Musty was arguably a top 3 player in the entire CHL like last year. He was nuts.
Oh, I can agree with Musty being up here. I just need some Holtonen love. That guy is going to be unbelievable. If we're talking prospects, not currently. If we're talking prospects, a monster of a human being with a great shot, incredible
Howitzer.
skater. Like he's going a grindy mentality. Like he is going to be a top sixer.
I think
Like
one of Haltonen's goals, I forget if it was in the OHL playoffs or in the Memorial Cup. I think it registered at 103,
that makes sense. Like that makes sense.
which is
Mammoth.
stupid.
He's a mammoth of a human being, and
Unreal.
I think him and Musty will both be in the top 6, and it's going to be terrifying. It's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
One of them, they're going to have either Celebrini, they're going to have Celebrini and Smith, and one of them is going to play with either Holtonen or Musty, and that it's going to be one of the best, if not the best, top 6 in the league. Because they're going to have guys like Eklund, you're going to have guys like Borlo, you're going to have, guys like Chernyshov as well. Like, there's going to be so much talent in that tops. It's going to be, I think it could be the best top 6 in the league when all these guys come up and if they hit like this.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And then Callum Ritchie, hell of a year. With how bad the depth is in Colorado, I could genuinely see him pushing for a spot. And then Braden Yeager, Penn's top guy.
Love
Hell of a shot. Jacob, I know you think he could make a push.
I don't think this year, no. I think he should stay in WHL. I'd like to see him as a Penguins fan, but
I think you should go play in Wilkes-Barre because he did a lot.
I don't think he has the age requirement thing, does he?
I think he should play not in the NHL. I think he should play dub, go back if he wants, or he should play AHL later in the season. I don't think he should be playing NHL minutes. If this is the guy that we're looking to, if this is our best prospect, why rush him? Why rush him and risk anything?
The worst case scenario is that he doesn't fully round out that offensive game, but I think he took so many steps this year in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
He went from a guy that like I was not really confident on in his draft year to somebody that I should honestly have flipped where I had Nate Danielson and Braden Yeager last year because they've really kind of switched. Both of them have really kind of gone different directions. So I really appreciated that.
And then you said you want to go over this guy.
Oh no, I when I was talking about that, it's just like kind of for where I had people rated, like Andrew Basha and Jet Luchenko, they were outside of my top 25. I think they are people that will play crucial roles in the middle 6 of their teams, especially Luchenko. I think, look, whatever Danny Briere saw in Jet, I get it. I kind of see it too, but I don't think I see it to the upside that he saw it.
Especially over Zeev, I think was the biggest.
Look, Zeev was my third ranked player. He was my favorite. I guess he was my favorite player in the entire draft.
Yzerman was there too.
Yeah, well, look, say what you will. I wanted. Well, Hellenius was there. We traded out of Hellenius, which sucks.
Yep.
And that was the guy I wanted. That was the real big guy I wanted.
Agreed.
But it is what it is. I think they're both going to be fantastic. I think they're going to be better at distributing, even though they both have a wicked shot, and I think they will improve that throughout the year. But Andrew Basha, and I think they're destined to be more middle 6 guys, and kind of the same with Andrew Cristall, even though I had him top 10 his draft year.
Yeah, I will say this: like some guys who fell that I was shocked by from this year, the one guy that was pretty obvious, I think, was everyone that was shocked was like Luke Misa. Like apparently,
I wouldn't say that's a shock.
Apparently, one of the big reasons was because like other teams just had guys on the board over him that were on the board. But
there. The thing is with Misa is just he played in a loaded team. He's still going to be with that team, and I think Calgary, they did get a really good draft haul this year. But the thing with Misa is just like, again, there's nothing to suggest that he can translate to be more than anything than middle 6, because he does need to show some toughness. He does need to show something.
Pacey, which I like.
Yeah. And it's the same problem with Justin Poirier. Like, Poirier was fine. It's just he didn't put up the numbers that would make you want to risk anything higher than a third on him. Yeah. And look, I love them both. I have a deep admiration for both, but there's a reason why none of them were in my top 60. So,
Then middle 6, it's gonna ruffle some feathers because Leaf fans, but come on. You know what you're getting out of Easton Cowan.
You're right. You're right there. And they're making a big deal out of a guy.
And
who,
Fraser
like,
Minton.
Yeah.
Like, they're both going to be middle six guys. They get so overrated because Leafs media. Shout out Austin Matthews' captaincy.
What Easton Cowan did in London was really remarkable. It does. And if this was a rebuilding team, I think he would be somebody who would be like a set-in captain, no matter who they get around him. Because Easton Cowan, he's a great player, especially and he leads by example on the ice. But to suggest that he's going to be anything other than like kind of two-way forward, like I hesitate to say grinder because I do want to say grinder with him because that's kind of the style he plays. But look,
he doesn't have anything that stands out.
That's what I'm saying. So we'll see.
And then Brennan Othman, Ranger fans love the guy. They overrate the hell out of him. He's a middle six. I'm gonna say it. It's a middle six grinder guy.
I mean, that's where he belongs, but I still like him a lot.
And then Fabian Liesel, love the guy. I think he's more of a second liner, especially with his skill.
We'll see. Yeah, I like.
I think he's playing this year. I really do.
We'll see.
I'll go to bat for him on that. But yeah, that's all my tier list. Just gonna close out Twitter.
There you go.
There we go.
Love it.
Jacob, you want to close us out?
Sure. Yeah. That was a good talk. Thank you so much, Link, for joining us. That was awesome.
Yeah, no problem, guys. I'd love to have you both on my podcast sometime soon.
Yeah,
that'll be great.
Absolutely. Let us know.
I'll be posting regularly very soon.
Word after next week because I need to get back to school for an actual.
Yes.
Oh, believe me, man, I got a 6-hour drive ahead of me too, so don't worry about it.
I have like an hour layover in DC.
Crazy
next week.
But yeah, I don't want to take any more of you guys' time. Thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you everyone for watching. See you guys on the next episode, guys.